what the No Kings protests are really about. Yesterday, the third No Kings protest took place in the United States, amassing 8 million protesters across 3,300 locations. There has been a lot of debate over what these protests are really about and if there's dark money funding these protesters. So yesterday, I decided to go ask them myself. I asked them why they came out to protest, what we can do to fix it, and if they were paid to attend. Mind you, this was a Saturday afternoon in the heart of Boston. Not exactly cheap to spend your time in the city. And before we get started, be warned there is vulgarity both spoken and on signs, so viewer discretion advised.
I'm here in opposition to the Iran war, all of the activities of ICE, cuts to the government, stuff like that.
I'm just very disappointed in the way the country's going. Everything about it, the war, the economy, taking over other countries, it's just not American values.
I am not happy with the way our government has been acting for a very long time. Funding war crimes, committing crimes against its own citizens as well as Palestinians, enabling other governments to do crimes against Lebanese people and Palestinians.
Oh God, don't get us started. Outrage. We've been here before. Lack of empathy, the narcissistic, egotistical, crazy president damaging the world. Like one man, and everybody's terrified of it. This is just me talking. It's part of a pattern of American imperialism and aggression that's been going on since the end of World War II. The Korean War, the Vietnam War, Iraq, Afghanistan, on and on and on, the Congo, the Dominican Republic, Cuba, it goes on, Venezuela, it goes on. It started the moment we set foot on this continent. Right. Actually, it started the minute we set foot on this continent. But also the damage that's been done to Haiti historically and also recently, it's just incredible. We've forgotten about Gaza. We can't keep them all on our front burner. And then now there's the Lebanon. Which the Israelis talk about mowing the grass. And that doesn't even go to Minneapolis. That doesn't even go to domestic. That doesn't even go to ICE. That doesn't even go to the taxes. Even with Biden, it just feels like we have so much backlog to catch up on now. It's very hopeful to see everybody here. Democracy.
I'm here because probably why everyone else is here. We can't stand this anymore. Violence, lies, just corruption all the way from the top through, and I'm just done with people getting hurt and children in particular getting hurt as a result. So I guess I'm mostly here for them, for kids who can't be here.
What doesn't bring me out today? Everything. It's gas prices, knowing that my kids are fearful for their friends disappearing at any time, and knowing that my grandfather fought for rights that are now being taken away.
Here to join hopefully a lot of like-minded people in protesting against an increasingly fascist government, and it's scary and disappointing.
Well, here to protest against the administration, of course, show my support, and also I'm from Minnesota, so I figured I'd show. I remember the stuff that was going on back there too. So in Minnesota, what was going on was the administration launched a massive anti-immigration crackdown, and in part of that, they ended up fatally shooting 2 American citizens who all they were doing was protesting, as is their right in the Constitution.
I'm just not
not here for the radicalization of what's currently going on in the country, and I'm not here for the way that Department of Homeland Security is going about problems in this country. And I just am not against, obviously, the war. I have a whole lot of problems that I don't agree with on my back of my sign right here. And we're just here trying to make our voices heard. I want to make a change.
We have to put pressure on our elected officials that are in office right now to get them to do the right thing. No more funding for the war. The War Powers Resolution has to pass to try and end this war. They need to repeal the authorization for use of military force from back in the early 2000s, which is part of the reason that the Iran war is even able to happen. And then we have to get the right candidates into office in the elections coming up. People that support the things that we support.
I think we need to change. The midterm elections should help, if those are even held correctly. I think things should change a little bit, and then we have to wait for 2028 to get a big change.
Well, you can organize at the community level, at the state level, at the federal level. You can organize events like this. You can talk to your neighbor. You can text a friend. You can watch the news, good news. You can support each other. And you can counter misinformation. I think that's already a lot.
Don't give up. That's why I put this. Keep hoping, keep trying, keep going. Because that's the only way we lose is if we give up.
People have to get out and start voting, and the Democratic establishment needs to start listening to the people.
That is a complicated answer. Or a later question. What can we do? Continue to show up and use our voices, certainly. If we see injustice, actively try to, step in, protect our neighbors. Vote locally. Pay attention to your local politics. I think municipal politics play a much bigger role in people's lives than they necessarily realize, and you get distracted by things on the national level, which are obviously important, but I think it starts at home.
Keep up the word. Keep talking to your Congress folk, and if they don't do anything about it, vote them out.
I think that we can fix this by honestly just trying to stop being so radicalized as a country. As what I was saying before, I think that if you go through education and you go through letting people actually know what's going on with the truth, not the biased truth, which is what I think a lot of current news is. I think a lot of people are currently getting information from stuff that's completely biased and just not necessarily accurate, which is why I wanted to why I'm going into political communications, because I want to go into helping make a platform where people can actually get this information and it be given to them in an unbiased way, so that people can get educated on these problems and actually be able to find a stance through their own opinion and not what they are being forced on to think. Because I do believe that a lot of people are good. And I also do believe that a lot of people think that at the end of the day, when you boil things down to the core problems, a lot of people are good. I think a lot of people are good, and people are made to look bad. And I think if you had such an unbiased news source, people wouldn't look as bad, people would be so aggressive towards each other, and it would all start making progression. So, what she just said.
Keep it up. Don't let go. Keep it up.
So the deaths of Alex Preddy and Nicole Good have upset me so much. I'm a portrait artist and I had to do something to put it on paper. And then I came across the idea of the upside down flag for the country in distress. And then I had to add the bloodstains behind to just say how horrific it was.
I just think that AIPAC needs to register as a foreign lobby. No longer can we do it under the guise of it being a religious organization. It represents a government, and it needs to say that.
My grandfathers fought against fascists in World War II, and I don't think it's a bad thing to be anti-fascist. You know, Statue of Liberty, give us, you're tired, you're poor. Cher says in Clueless, it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty.
I actually got this from somebody who was handing out signs, but just a very simple statement that ICE is a poorly trained sort of fake military arm of our current president, and what they've been doing both in Massachusetts but especially in other places is awful and is illegal.
This is the state bird of Minnesota, the common loon, and someone online made an image of it in the shape of the Rebel Alliance from Star Wars, and that's kind of become the state symbol of resistance in Minnesota, so I figured I would bring that out here.
No, I invested money to be out here today.
No, I wish. I'm here of my own free will.
Absolutely not.
No. I am here. I'm paying a train ticket to be here.
Yes, exactly.
I want my voice to be heard.
I didn't just come to entertain you.
I am not okay with what is going on in the country, and I need to make myself and my voice heard.
Our country is great. We need to make sure that we get it back to its greatness. And through that, we can get it there as long as we get foreign entities out of it. And we get certain people who are in power out of our government.
Fuck Trump, and I can't wait until I can be proud to be American again.
I just want the kids to know there's grown-ups who are looking out for them. We're trying.
Proceed with peace. Yeah, that's
Equality.
Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for keeping your voice heard.
That wraps up the third No Kings protest. As you could tell by the interviews, this is not a monolithic group of people. Although they're out rallying together and may have similar beliefs, they have varying priorities and passions. Likewise, it is their right to gather and dissent against the government, as protected in the First Amendment to the Constitution. If you disagree with anything you heard, I encourage you to engage in nonviolent dialogue with people you disagree with. But I also encourage you to find common ground and objective truths to agree upon. Ultimately, protests are a way to express frustration, dissent, or disagreement with one's government. It's important for elected representatives to listen to the voices of the people, lest they be removed from power. After all, we live in a democracy where every voice is supposed to count. Thank you for watching, and God bless America. Remember, the world needs you.